Good evening, everyone. My name is Avnil Maharaj, and I'm the argument judge for this week's debate topic. Our debate topic was the annual performance reviews underperforms, the types of formerly yearly performance reviews employees impose on the workers are counterproductive and morale sapping, pros and cons. So, first, I would go over Jennifer's video. Jennifer presented the pro side of the argument. I found her video to very informative, and she was extremely well prepared. She had great knowledge of the topic, and she made a really good use of the time. She was extremely articulate, and she presented some really good factual supporting evidence for her topic. And towards the end of the video, she did expose me to a different perspective on how I was looking at the performance reviews. Some of the points she brought up was, which I thought was really interesting, was the past performance point. What she said is the annual performance reviews, they evaluate a person's past performance, which I thought was a really good point. And another point she made was that performance reviews are not objective. What she meant is that different managers review people differently. Something that might be really good in one manager's eyes doesn't necessarily mean that it's good in the other manager's eyes. So they don't have a set standard on how they do performance reviews. It's pretty much based on different individuals. Also, what she brought up is that performance reviews could be used as a base for firing people. It's sort of like documenting what they did wrong, and if they have to fire someone, they have all the documents to back it up. So the person cannot turn around and sue the company. Another thing she talked about was performance reviews could be demoralizing, which I agree with. Um, it could be extremely demoralizing depending on how your performance reviews go. She brought us some really good articles in the Wall Street Journals that talked about that performance reviews could be depressing to a lot of employees who don't get good points. Now moving on to Jennifer's rebuttal video, which was she did a rebuttal for the con video. Again, she brought up really good points and she pretty much touched on every single point that the con video was talking about. And she argued all those points extremely well. One of the things that she argued on is that performance reviews do not reduce turnover, which I thought was an extremely good point that she touched on. And towards the end of the video, I had actually had a total different perspective on how I was looking at performance reviews now. Now moving on to Brea's video, she was extremely well prepared. She was extremely articulate, made great use of the time, and had great knowledge of the topic. She touched on some really good points, one of which was that performance reviews pretty much hold people accountable on how they did throughout the entire year. And also through performance reviews, employees pretty much measure up to the company's expectations. Another thing that I especially liked in her video was that performance reviews pretty much reward high performance employees. So if someone is being lazy throughout the entire year, as to someone who really works hard throughout the entire year, the person who's working hard gets rewarded, and the person who's being lazy does not seem pretty fair to me. Also, she said that performance reviews they reduce turnover. She used multiple citations for her factual supporting evidence, which I thought was extremely great, and she presented her arguments in a fashion where it made my opinion totally change on the performance review. After watching Jennifer's video, I was leaning more towards the pro side, but after watching Brer's video, I started leaning more towards the con side. Now moving on to the rebuttal for Brer, which would be the rebuttal for the pro side. Again, she made really good points, and one of the points she touched on was that it promotes employee bashing. Uh, she said that through performance reviews, employee bashing comes more into place, and that the pro video talked about, and she pretty much said that it's not like we're playing naughty or nice. It is how you do and how well you do your work. If you do a good job, you get rewarded. If you don't, then you do not get rewarded. And this brings me to the end of my video. Thank you.